What's interesting to us is, during the testimony, on a couple instances, the CEOs were asked kind of what do they think the biggest risks to the system are, and almost uniformly, they cited cyber risk.
So many of them, in fact, let's see here. I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 of them said cyber. Is that how you would see the biggest risk?
It is. It's certainly, high on our list. I think it's one of those things. It's obviously a newer risk, something difficult to quantify. These banks are attacked on a daily basis and have to continue to defend themselves and have done a good job in that arena. But obviously, it's something that continues to evolve and you have to pay, attention to.
We really weren't that surprised by it because every year that goes by, what we see is the attacks get more and more sophisticated. A lot of the cyber criminals, where they just used to do simple network denial of service attacks, have really evolved more into social engineering, trying to get at data, trying to get at transactional information. So the cost to be able to thwart these are now more than just putting gear at the periphery of your network or trying to keep your network secure, but it's much more an all-encompassing exercise now. So the cost of managing these has gotten quite a bit more, and I'm not super surprised.
So what keeps them up at night? Well, the threat of cyber attacks. According to respondents, the threat of cyber attacks is the single biggest risk to their companies this year. And the need for vigilant cybersecurity, of course, is vital as companies continue to store and process just an unprecedented amount of data. 70% of respondents also say their firms are now making use of more than half of all the data they collect. And tech executives aren't expecting law enforcement to shield their companies anytime soon. 62% say they have no confidence in the U.S. government's ability to protect organizations from cyber attacks.
It's about our atrocious cyber security, not just in social networks, but in banking, our voting systems. Whenever I talk to the real cyber experts, they tell me the lights are blinking red, that we are so vulnerable and we need to do a lot more to make our information systems secure.